I really quickly wanted to pop in today's video and share the sponsor of today's video, which is actually Walmart. So excited to be working with Walmart because I have so many amazing finds in my house, and I got a few new things and I'm really excited to show you guys. If you watch my channel, you already know that so many of my finds at my house are from Walmart. They have such affordable pieces, from their actual fashion to their home stuff. I actually just saw another person post a Walmart TikTok, and I'm not kidding when I say that the home decor looks so expensive and so on trend, which I feel like a lot of people don't realize about Walmart. I want to show you a couple things that I personally picked up, starting with something that I've been showing in like every single video because I've been obsessed with the new cucumber trend. So I got a mandolin, and the reason why this one stuck out to me is because it had a safeguard on it. I've seen so many TikToks of people like chopping their fingers with these, so this just is like what I need, because knowing me, I'll probably chop my finger. So I got this, which is so handy, not even just for the cucumber trend, but just in general for cooking. You can use that for like carrots, onions. And then I needed a new Foreo. I actually keep a Foreo at my parents' house because my mom uses it too. We just wash it back and forth between using it, but they're really, really nice for washing your face, and I feel like it just gets my makeup off so nice. So I really wanted to get one to start using every single day, so I'm so excited that I got this one. If you guys have never heard of the Foreo, it's really nice because it deep cleanses your face, but it's still really gentle, and it's also ultra hygienic, which means that it's really clean. So whenever I use this, I never feel like I'm breaking out. And like I said, it makes my skin feel super clean, which then obviously helps with breakouts. It also says it's like a relaxing facial, suitable for all skin types, which is really nice. Another thing that I picked up is actually these slippers, which I thought were so cute. They look exactly like a more expensive pair of slippers, which that's what Walmart is so good for. They always have the best on-trend pieces, and honestly just like hidden gems. One of my favorite girls who always posts a bunch of Walmart finds is Julia Havens. I feel like she always finds the best stuff. Those are still in the box because I got a pair for my mom, but I've been wearing mine all around the house. I actually don't know where I just put them. So if you guys want to check out any of these products, then you guys can click the link down below. I'm also going to link a bunch of my home favorites that I've been eyeing for the fall, which I'm super excited about. Maybe we could do like a fall part 2 decorate the house video, and I can order some of those things, test them out in the house. You guys also love my air fryer, which I've had for the past couple of years. That's also from Walmart. Hunter got me that for my birthday, and we love Walmart around here. So thank you so much, Walmart, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into the rest of the video. Good morning, you guys. Welcome back. We're actually in a different location. We're in California right now. I just got in town. I'm actually here for my best friend's bachelorette, but I have a free morning, so I thought it'd be fun if I actually sat down and did a video where I answer where I'm at in life right now, so like a little fall update. Also, I thought it'd be fun if I kind of shared tips for my fall routine, and you guys know I've talked about it a lot in my vlogs. I'm just entering a season of life where, one, I'm actually very motivated right now, not only for career, but also just in lifestyle, habits, and all that sort of thing. And I want to give some tips on how I'm going to be focusing on fixing my routine, but keeping it positive. I did a full podcast episode about this, and I thought it'd be fun to share some stuff on YouTube, some of the bigger takeaways. So let's get into today's video. Let's get into the first thing, which I want to give a life update. One, about the move to Arizona. I just feel like I have to keep updating you guys because I constantly like to hear updates. So we are genuinely so happy that we're back in Arizona. I know it looks like we miss California because we're constantly coming back to California. We do miss it here, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we would love to also have a place here. We've considered that option 5,000%, but we're also trying to pay for a wedding right now, so that's kind of crazy. We also only have one car, so we're looking to get a second car soon. We've been testing different cars and figuring out what one works best for us, but in the meantime, we love the rental that we're in Arizona. It's so cozy. We love the area that we're in. We obviously love to see our friends, our family in Arizona, and honestly, I couldn't complain. The only complaint, I guess, is the heat, but I'm so used to the heat being from Arizona that I wouldn't say I like it, but I don't also hate it. And it's about to be fall, so honestly, I'm so excited to be in Arizona for fall because you get that like crisp weather, but it's really not gloomy ever in Arizona. Like, you always get the Arizona sun, but it's also really good weather in the fall. So that's really exciting for me because I get affected really negatively by cloudy weather, and that was one struggle that I had living in California. Is obviously it's always gloomy. California has had 2 record years of gloom and rain, so of course this was 2 years that we went there. It did negatively affect my mental health, and I also feel like it'll be really fun to romanticize things this fall, especially being close to like Katie and Mackenzie. We're always going to be able to have girls' night at each other's houses. Katie just moved to a new house. Mackenzie just moved to a new apartment. I just moved into a new house. So I feel like we're all kind of excited to host, and I just think it'll be really fun. Not regretting anything, and even if we did regret it, we would not focus on the negatives because we moved there and we spent a lot of money to move to a different state. We don't want to spend that money to have to move anywhere again for a while. So we're staying put in Arizona and we absolutely love it. The next question is there anything that you're struggling with? I genuinely love this question. I'm also just kind of pulling these questions from DMs, comments, and previous Q&As that I've done. I feel like this is a good question. I do think people ask this question because maybe they're struggling with something and they just want to see someone that they watch online and see that their life is also not perfect. So I always try to share if there is something that I'm struggling with. And I would say right now, the biggest thing that I'm struggling with is, to be honest, self-doubt. I think that's kind of a given with doing social media. It's very hard to constantly watch yourself, constantly be surrounded by people who also do social media, so the comparison is honestly out of control. It'll be like I'll post something and I'll be very proud of it, and then I'll scroll 5 down and I'm like, oh, this person did it 10 times better, 10 times higher quality, they're 10 times more educated, and the recipe's 10 times better. Like, there's just so many things that go into social media that can be bad for your mental health, and I honestly have been really trying to notice those things, especially recently, just because you guys know I love social media, so I do spend a lot of time scrolling, and I feel like I've been spending a little bit too much time scrolling. And I was watching this girl's video who is one of my favorite creators, and I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want it to seem like I'm like saying this is a bad thing, but she did say in her video that she never scrolls. And I thought that was crazy because she does what I do, and she's also always just like coming up with new ideas. And to me, I get a lot of new ideas when I do scroll. So like I'll look at trends, I get inspired by different sounds, different recipes, like that sort of thing. And for some reason, the second she said that, I immediately was taken back and was like, do I scroll too much? Like, I thought it was normal. I thought it was also, I thought you had to scroll to do this job. You can ask any of my friends. I've always said that. I feel like staying ahead of the trends requires a lot of scrolling, and maybe also because social media is kind of steering away from trends. I would say like TikTok obviously used to be like what dance was trending, what sound was trending. Like I remember when we first started down TikTok a couple of years ago, would be like something very specific that everybody would post. It'd be like, what are my gas station snacks? And then we would all post the exact same thing, but you would like try to make it your own, and it was honestly so fun. I miss when trends were like constantly changing. I feel like now it's very like lifestyle content, vlogs, just kind of like what you're doing rather than here's this trend now related to your life. So I do miss that about social media. So I think I am realizing I don't need to scroll as much as I scroll, especially because the way that social media is now, it is like everybody's life. That's all it is. It's not trends. It's not like little dances anymore, really. I feel like at the end of the day, I don't really need to be consuming all of that. It is fun for me to like put a vlog on while I clean the house or scroll before I go to bed. I like doing that, but I feel like me like scrolling during the workday or even just like in between sets at the gym, I don't need to be doing that. And it's just more important to focus on your real life and your real happiness. And then with that same thing is I want to make sure I'm good, I'm happy before I'm posting something. Like I don't want to ruin a moment just to get a photo of my dinner. There's been so many more dinners that I've gone to where I didn't take a photo before, which sounds so simple, but honestly, being able to go to a dinner unplugged, not care about getting a quick photo, not interrupting a conversation to like take a pause, to take a photo, can honestly make a big deal sometimes. So that is something that, one, just like not comparing as much, which for me, I can't scroll. That helps me not compare. I've honestly been doing way better. I know at the beginning of last month, I posted a vlog and said that I was really struggling with it, like to the point where I had the first moment that I had ever since starting social media where I felt like maybe I was gonna quit, but I really feel better, and I truly think it's just because I'm putting an effort to not compare my life online, which is so hard in today's life. So that's my update. That's something I was struggling with and that I'm doing better about. Also, very side note, and I'll quickly say this, but I am really working on like the fitness side of my career, and I feel like I've had a lot of comparison about becoming a trainer because it feels like I'm starting at square one, even though I know I'm not. I have a lot of experience with fitness. I have a lot of experience creating fitness content, my podcast, posting. I also just have been on a fitness journey for so long. I've studied nutrition, I've studied exercise science, and obviously I took my CPT, I passed my CPT, and I'm working on continuing my education with my CPT. So I'm not starting from zero, but I am definitely embarking on something new, and I feel like for me, it's hard for me to feel like a newbie and to feel like I am not at the point that I want to be at. So I'm really trying not to like self-doubt and self-critique, especially at the beginning of a journey. Like, you can't start by feeling like less than, or you're never going to get to where you want to be. And that works for everything in life. Like, even my best friend Katie, like, she's starting a clothing line with her best friend Lexi, and like, we always talk about, don't put any doubt onto it, because it's going to succeed, and you've worked so hard on something that there's no point in like almost manifesting it not working out. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do that for myself, because obviously the way that I talk to my best friend is like, don't do that. So that's all of my life updates for you guys. Now let's get into some like routine questions. A lot of the questions / requests that I got for my podcast was to talk about what my fall routine was going to be. And every single morning, I really just want to have the same routine of fueling myself, focusing on nutrition. Specifically, I really want to focus, I didn't talk about this in my podcast, I really want to focus on having high protein meals and also very high quality proteins. I feel like in the past couple of years, I've reached towards a lot of like protein powders and protein shakes, which, I mean, I'm still gonna be drinking and eating that stuff, but I do feel a little bit better when the majority of the protein that I'm getting is high quality meats. I am somebody that really cares about where my meat is coming from, the farmers that are growing my produce. I care about if my meat is grass-fed, grass-finished. That's a personal preference. It's obviously something I'm also very grateful for, and honestly, the most investment I do with my health is probably the nutrition side of it. Also, a lot of what I've invested with nutrition is my time and learning, and it's something I don't take for granted. I am so proud of honestly where I've come with nutrition, not only just learning, but also my relationship with food. I obviously practice balance, and I also listen to my hunger cues so much. Like, that is the main thing, is I make sure that I'm fueled every single day. If I'm going to have this structured workout routine and be pushing myself every single day in the gym, I need to also meet that with having high protein meals, making sure that I'm eating enough. Also, something that I really am focusing on is adding in more vegetables, nutrients, and the micronutrients, and also changing up what I'm eating. I'm the type of person that will stick to one meal. You guys already know if you watch my vlogs, like, I will stick to the same meal over and over, which I've done way better about this year. Like, I've really changed up my meals, so I'm doing great at it. I'm just gonna keep focusing on that. So that's one thing, is nutrition. Another thing I'm gonna be focusing on in the morning is movement. I feel like if I don't move in the morning, I just don't have a good day. I hate that, because I am very reliant on my workout to feel good. It's not like if I don't do it, it's the end of the world. I just genuinely feel so much more motivated, have so much more energy when I work out in the morning. And it's something that I genuinely love to start my day with. I look forward to it. It gets me out of bed. So that's something. And then also, I just want to literally hit the ground running with work. Like, more vlogs, more podcast episodes, more guests on my podcast, focusing on my fitness side of the career that I want to go. And also just like building this community, continuing to respond to comments, continuing to read my DMs, message you guys. I've also been meeting you guys out so much more. I literally ran into one of you guys in the airport today, and it felt like we were best friends. Like, literally, she was like, oh, like, I follow you on Instagram, and we had the funniest conversation. I was like, oh my gosh. I walked away, I was like, honestly, that didn't even like make me nervous or like make me feel like, oh my gosh, I'm like meeting someone that follows me or something like that. It literally was like, oh, I just ran into a friend, which is cool, because I feel like I haven't always felt like that on social media. Like, the more you do this job, obviously the more comfortable you get with it, and the more you guys get to know me, the more comfortable I feel, obviously. So yeah, that's everything I want to focus on in the mornings. Also, some things that I need to hold myself accountable on. You guys know I do clean a lot. Like, I'll pick up around the house and stuff. I don't mind that I'm a messy person. That's just who I am. Like, I could have a perfect room, and then if I have to get ready for dinner, it's gonna look like a tornado hit it by the end. Like, that's just who I am. So for me, it's more about like my drawers, like my makeup drawer, my pantry, my laundry room, my fitness closet. Like, I just don't want to let things just like pile up. Those are the 3 areas that I feel like, because I'm there so much, like, I'm obviously constantly going in and out of my pantry, I'm constantly going in and out of my makeup and skincare drawers, my fitness closet. Like, those are the things that if I don't clean it every day, if I don't focus on like decluttering it, it gets really hectic, and then I just feel like bad about myself because then I see it and I don't want to do it because it's too big of a task, and I just feel like it's honestly also embarrassing. If I have people over, I'm just like, oh, like, it doesn't always look like that, but most of the time it does look bad. And yesterday I took so much time before I left for our trip, and honestly the only reason why I did it was because Hunter's friends are coming over this weekend, and I didn't want them to like be going in the pantry and it's just like a mess and there's like whatever, just half eaten bag of chips and it's stale. Like, I just wanted it to be nice for them. So I went and I actually took time to fully just take out anything that shouldn't be in there, add in snacks, go in and like organize my spices, organize everything, and it made me feel so much better. And I just like always realize after I do something like that, like if I take the time to clean something or organize something and go the extra step, I'm like, wow, this feels so much better, and it didn't even take that much out of me. I do that also with like procrastinating things. I need help in that area. That's something that I seriously need to get under control for the fall, is procrastinating, whether that be work or just like cleaning things, or even just like life. If I have like something for my car, or like Hunter and I actually got a crack in our windshield on our way back from California when I went to California to shoot the cover for my Pilates time strength training guide. We literally cracked the windshield. That was like 2 months ago and we still haven't fixed it. So things like that sometimes could kick us in the ass after. Like, if the crack continued to go down our windshield, we have to replace the whole windshield, we'll be pissed that we didn't just take it in when it was just a small crack. So things like that I'm really trying not to put off. I'm trying to be more mature, and I feel like when you do like the little things, like keeping up with your pantry, that's when the bigger things become a little bit easier. So that's also something I'm really focusing on. For recipes in the fall, cozy food. I feel like cozy food in the fall is the best. There's so many amazing like healthy recipes, like crock pot meals that are high protein. I want to have bone broth more. Like, you can mix bone broth into different recipes, into different soups, into different stews. Also, like my salsa chicken. Bone broth is really good for collagen. It's also really good for your gut health. It does have protein in it, but I don't drink it for the protein. It's actually not a complete protein, but it is really, really good for your gut health. So that's why I love to drink it. So that's everything I want to focus on in the fall. That's my life update. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know I didn't talk about like anything wedding because I don't really have any updates for the wedding stuff. And I'm still in my bridal era. It's just gonna be a long bridal era because we haven't picked our date yet, which means we haven't signed our contract yet, which is crazy. But we did pick the venue and we have options, and we've been talking back and forth with them to figure out which one works the best for us, but we're thinking the summer of next year. So that's a pretty long engagement. But I'll go like harder with the wedding content and everything, obviously like the month of the wedding and like when I do my bachelorette and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have any questions. I can do these like every single quarter where I just do a sit down video. I honestly never do sit down videos, but I do miss them because I genuinely just love chatting to the camera. I feel like I don't get to do this because vlogs are so like back to back, and I'm more like explaining what I'm doing in the day rather than like sitting and explaining things. So let me know if you guys like this style of video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next week.